Lyric Services, Trisha Warner here with your weekly Pilates workout. Thank you for participating and continuing with this program. I appreciate it, and I know that your body does too. We're going to start in standing today, but you will need a couple of props before you get started. You need your beach towel, 1 pound or 2, 1, 2s or 3 pound weights. You can use cans of soup or water bottles. 16 ounces is good enough. And then also a chair that has a high back. So a dining room chair or a kitchen chair, not on wheels, just for a couple of standing things. So grab that stuff and come right back. And we're gonna start in standing. We're gonna start with pelvic clock standing today. So it's similar to what we usually do on the mat, where we're rocking our pelvis forward and back and really creating some space and articulation and hydration to those lumbar discs. So standing with your feet about hip width apart, you're gonna exhale as you tuck your tailbone under, abs are engaged to kind of tuck your pelvis under. Inhale, so there's a slight bend in my knees. Inhale as you kick your tailbone out. Exhale as you come under, inhale as you go out. So keeping the length, so thinking about being tall through the top of your head. As you exhale to tuck, inhale to arch. Exhale to tuck, inhale to arch. 2 more. Feels good after sitting. And last one. Good, now come into the range right in the middle. That's your neutral spine. So you're not actively tucked and you're not really arched. You're in neutral. We're gonna move into a little bit of a side plane motion here. So again, slight bend in the knees. You're just gonna shift your hips side to side. So my knees are bending and straightening a little bit, but my weight is not shifting. I'm not going like this. I'm just shifting my pelvis side to side. So as one knee bends, it pushes the hip to the other side. And you can tell by my hands, I'm just rocking side to side, getting a little motion laterally in those lumbar discs. And 2 more. Good, now come right to the middle. That's our neutral spine. That's where we're gonna work for some standing work. So grab your chair. I have a ladder because I'm in the middle of a painting project. So holding onto the back of your chair or ladder, you're gonna roll your beach towel into a nice tight cylinder. So try to roll it up as tight as you can. And you're going to put that down in front of you. The chair can be at your side. It's just for a little bit of hand support if you need it. You're gonna bring 1 foot up on top of your towel roll, and you're gonna be standing nice and strong and tall on your opposite leg. You're gonna lower your heel down to the floor, letting your ankle flex back a little bit, and then lifting your heel all the way up. And like I said, if you don't need the hand support, don't use it. Lower the heel down, lift the heel up, and moving through as big of a range of motion as you can. This is a safe place to work on getting full ankle range. So we're gonna come all the way up and really get up onto the ball of that foot. Push those toes back a little bit. Lift and lower. We've got 2 more. We're activating the muscles on our standing leg. Hold this one up so the heel is high. We're gonna lift the heel of the standing leg. So you may wanna start with the support with the chair. Lift the heel up, lower it down. So now that you tested the water, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I might not need that chair as much as I thought. Oh, it's there if I need it. But if you don't, go ahead and bring your hands anywhere else. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one. Very good. We're gonna switch to the other leg. So yeah, a little bit of activation on that standing leg, right? It's good balance practice. So bring the other foot up on top of the towel roll. You're gonna lower the heel all the way down, lift it all the way up. So really take your time and explore those end ranges of motion. We don't often get an opportunity to move our foot through full range in a daily activity. I mean, throughout your day of daily activities. You know, yeah, we walk and our ankle flexes and moves when we walk, but we don't walk, you know, in such a stride that we're moving our ankle as far as it goes. Last one, hold it up. Hold that heel all the way up. Bend those toes all the way back. Obviously, like I always say, nothing should be painful or uncomfortable. Respect pain. Everything should feel good. It may be a little hard, but if this hurts your toes, then this is not the right thing for you. Do something else. Hold on to the chair for the first couple, lifting that back heel off. And now that you're like, oh, maybe I got it, maybe I don't. Maybe you need to put both hands on the chair. Maybe it's in front of you. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one. Very good. Okay, we can move the chair off to the side. You could also use a wall for that one. All right, grab your towel. We're gonna unroll it a little bit and roll it the other way so it's lengthwise. And that way it's a little bit more narrow so we can hold it with both hands. We're gonna move into a side bend movement. So you're gonna take this towel up and overhead. My hand can get around it, there we go. So the towel is up overhead, and then we're gonna keep our feet about hip width apart, and we're gonna go up and over to one side, and then lift it back up, and up and over to the other side, and lift it back up. So just like we practiced with the pelvic clocks, our weight is not shifting with this. The weight stays even on both feet. So I don't want the hip going like this. We're reaching above the pelvis, moving our back. And one more each side, just moving nice and easy. And now we're gonna add a little flow to this. So we're gonna separate our feet a little bit wider, and then we're gonna go up and over to one side and then circle it around. You're not flexing your spine too much, but you're circling your arms around, coming back up overhead, and circle and come around. So my hands are pulling away from each other just enough so that there's not slack in the towel. Up and over, circle it around. Find a little bit of freedom in this movement. Last one here, and all the way around. Great. Actually, we're gonna come back to that chair real quick, so hopefully you didn't put it all the way away. Holding on to the top back end of the chair. We're gonna walk our feet out a little bit. And then we're gonna sit our hips back, keep your slight bend in your knees, and you're going to, so make sure you walk back enough, you're gonna come into a flat back. So the chair is here giving us a little support. I'm lifting my tailbone up, trying to get a nice flat back, like a tabletop. And then you don't have to straighten your knees, keep a slight bend in your knees, but lower your chest towards the floor. Get a nice flat back, and then you're gonna round back up. And we're gonna do that again. Go ahead and sit your hips back, reach your spine long, and then come back up. This time we are gonna push the hamstrings into a little bit more of a stretch. Let's go ahead and sit the hips back. Come into a nice flat back. Now straighten your knees as much as you can to comfort. So yes, I want you to feel a stretching sensation, a pulling sensation in the back of your thighs. But as soon as you start to feel that that's far enough, you don't have to push it. Roll it back up. And then again. Straighten the knees a little bit more. And then come back up. Last one. And then come all the way back up. Great. We're gonna come back to our our towel roll, and we're gonna roll it so that it's short and really kind of thick, a thick cylinder. So you're gonna roll it down, get it nice and tight. You might wanna do this on the floor. Get it nice and tight. And then you're gonna step in front of it. We're coming into a roll down, and then we're gonna use this for a little deep squat. Inhale, nice and tall. As you exhale, nod your chin to your chest, rolling forward one vertebrae at a time. Bend your knees as you need to, coming all the way down. It should be a little easier after that hamstring stretch we just did. So find the floor with your hands by bending your knees. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, you're gonna press into your feet and roll up one vertebrae at a time. And let's do that again. Exhale, rolling all the way down. Good, find the floor with your hands. You're gonna bend one knee and put it down on top of your towel roll, and then bring your other knee down to your towel roll. So now we're in all fours, quadruped position. And you can put your knee wherever it's comfortable on this towel roll. So for me, it's kind of the space just below my kneecap. There's a little notch there where the towel kind of sits pretty comfortably and I can balance on it. So find that position for you. If that bothers your knee, maybe your position's a little more forward. So find it. Weight is on your hands. We're gonna come into a donkey kick, but before we do that, I want you to engage your abs to support your back. So draw your belly button away from the floor and feel really sturdy and stable in this position. Transfer the weight to one knee as you extend the other leg up behind you. So we're making like a little footprint on the ceiling here. Bend it back down, barely touch the towel with your knee and lift it back up. We're doing 8 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then set it down. And you don't have to get your leg high. Just moving it against gravity in this position will activate the glute. Lift it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Set that knee down. Come back to the first side. We're gonna do a little side kick. So you're gonna extend your leg out to the side. Maybe it's on the floor, maybe it's not. It could be anywhere. And then bring it back in. Barely touch the towel as you come back in. 2, 3. You'll feel the weight shift in your hands. That's okay. We're working our obliques. 6, 7. Harder than it looks, right? 8. Switch to the other side. Shift your weight and kick it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Come back to center. Now we're going to lower our forearms down to the mat. So we're going to lower one at a time down to our forearms, and then we're going to come back up onto our hands. So forearm, forearm, hand, hand. Switch to the other side. That lowers first. Forward, forward, hand, hand. Alternate. I feel like that's a Dr. Seuss book. I think it is. I think I remember reading that when my children were small. Oh no, that was hand, hand, finger, thumb, I think. Last one. And right from here, we're gonna come into a push-up. So if you're already like, this is hard, Trish, then you're going to just stay here and bend and straighten your elbows 10 times. If you're like, bring it, you're gonna extend one leg out behind you. Try to keep it straight. As you bend your elbows, your leg comes up. 2, 3, 4, nose to the floor, 5. Switch to the other leg or just keep the same arrangement. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice job. Coming all the way down, you can take your knees off the towel roll, come to laying flat on your stomach. Good work. Those are not easy, but really good for posterior strengthening and core strengthening. Believe it or not, just being in that position was activating your abdominal muscles the whole time. Maybe you felt it, maybe you didn't. Some of us have better connections with the nervous system in our bodies than other people. We're up on our elbows. Shoulders are relaxed. We're just in a little spine extension here. Your lowest rib, I want you to feel it with your fingers, is down on the mat. So we're really working on just extending the upper part of our spine. This should not bother your low back at all. If it does, walk your arms forward a little bit and take a little bit of pressure off that lower back. And we're just feeling just a little stretch here. Pause here for 2 more breaths. Good. Now you're gonna lower your chest halfway towards the mat. So just a little bit. Keep it lifted. You're still hovering. And then extend one arm back behind your body and then the other one. We're coming into dart. We do this one a lot because I think it's so essential for anyone who spends any time on computers. So lift your arms up and down 50 times. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 3, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Push yourself up away from the floor. Come into sitting because we got to re-roll our towel. So now we want to make it the length of our spine. So if you're tall, you're going to want to make yours a little longer. I'm only 5'4", so mine doesn't need to be that big. We're going to roll it tight lengthwise now so that it can reach your tailbone to the back of your head. And then we're going to lay it down lengthwise on the mat. I lost a little of my tight roll here. There we go. We're going to lay on it for a nice spine stretch. So you can kind of sit down at the lower end or roll onto it, however you want. It's never really graceful. Coming all the way down. Feels nice right away though, doesn't it? Relax your shoulders. If you have a foam roller, you can use that. I'm using a towel because I figured most of you don't. Relax your arms. Let your shoulder blades kind of sink to the floor. This is actually nice compared to my foam roller so hard. It's kind of comfortable to do it on the towel. It's not as aggressive of a stretch. It's still definitely benefiting the stretching out the front of the body, but it's not as aggressive and it just feels nicer. Slide your arms away from your body so that you're like in a T. And just feel the length down the front of your shoulders, your chest, your pectoral muscles. Just breathe. If you don't feel a stretch, then maybe you don't need this one. But if you reach your fingers long and you have a little energy, you'll feel it somewhere. If you're the type of person that's in tune with their body sensations. Let's from here bend our elbows halfway. So fingertips are pointing up to the ceiling. You're going to tip them back and then go down. So it's like those hand signals that we learned as kids riding our bikes. Stop, left, right. I don't remember what they were, but I remember they looked something like this. I don't think they do them anymore. I wouldn't know what a biker was saying if they made one of these arm signals. I would probably just stop the car. Maybe we need to go back to them though. And last one. Good. Reach your arms up to the ceiling, palms facing each other. One arm comes up overhead, the other arm goes down by your side, and then we're just going to switch them. Get a nice stretch. We already got some increased blood flow to these muscles doing that work on the on all fours. And one more each side. Little balance here too, for sure. And up. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 more. Breathing nice and easy. Very good. Arms down by your side, palms facing down to the floor. You're going to bring one leg up into tabletop. Scoot away just a teeny bit. So bring one leg up into tabletop, keeping the rest of your back and your body nice and still. We're going to tip that foot down to the floor, barely touch the mat, and then lift it back up 10 times. Tap and lift 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, and 10. Put that foot down, bring the other one up. 10 times, same thing. Tap and lift. And 2, 3, 4. Really working on keeping your body as still as possible. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Set that foot down. Bring your feet so they're nice and close together. Knees are touching. Elbows bend, fingertips reaching towards the ceiling. We're going to lift our arms up but away from the floor. You'll feel it's a little unstable. That's the part of it that we're looking for here. And lower it back down and reach and lower. And 3, 4. If you want to make it a little harder, lift your heels up. 6, 7, 8, 2 more, and 10. Bring your heels back down. Float your hands behind your head. Exhale as we lift our head and shoulders away from the floor. Inhale as we lower back down. Try to keep your balance. Maybe let's walk our feet apart for this one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just one more. 8. And good. We're going to roll off the towel roll. Come back flat onto your back. We're going to move into a little bridging here. So knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you're going to tip your tailbone up to the ceiling, bringing your low back to the mat. Exhale as you start to peel your back up off the mat, lifting your hips up into a high bridge. Inhaling at the top, exhaling as we roll back down through the spine. And pause here. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you tip your pelvis back and lift your hips up. Inhaling at the top and exhaling all the way down. Very good. Let's do a few more. Go with your own breath. Really trying to articulate the spine. Really explore this isolated, kind of individual range of motion of your vertebrae. Last one. And all the way down. Very good. Grab one knee into your chest. You're going to hold it with both hands. Exhale as you lift your head and shoulders. You kind of push your knee into your hand a little. Extend the other leg out to 45 degrees. We're coming into single leg stretch. Exhaling on the switch. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. Make sure you can fit your fist under your chin so our neck isn't overly flexed. 9, 10, pause here. Hands behind your head. Twist your upper body so it's facing the bent knee. Exhale on the switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And come all the way down. Grab your knees with both hands and rock side to side. Very good. Bring one foot down to the floor. Extend the other leg up to the ceiling. Try to straighten it as much as you can. If you tend to be flexible, you can straighten your other leg out or keep it bent if this is a challenge for you. We're going to do circles about the size of a basketball. So we're going to circle like we're drawing a basketball on the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and switch and go the other way. 1, try to keep your body nice and still. So we're really working the core. Oh, I was missing a quadrant of that circle. And bend your knee into your chest. Grab it with both hands and give yourself a nice tug stretch here. Pull it in. Straighten the other leg if it was bent, and then grab that knee with your opposite hand, and we're going to roll onto the other hip. So we're rolling away from the straight leg. And feel a nice stretch into rotation here. Breathing in and out. Last one. Good, and then rolling back to your back. Set that leg down, bring the other one up to tabletop. Get yourself set up so that you're a neutral spine, little arch in the low back, rib cage is down on the mat, arms are down by your side and palms are facing the floor. Extend that top leg out straight to the ceiling. We're gonna do circles, basketball size, circle it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And switch and go the other way. Now, if you feel yourself wiggling on the mat, try to quiet that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then bend your knee into your chest, straighten the other leg out. Feel a nice stretch here, breathing in and out. Grab that knee with your opposite hand. The same arm's gonna go out to the side and you're gonna roll over onto the hip and come into a nice twist stretch here. Last breath in that position. Coming back to your back, you're gonna set your leg down. Back to a couple of bridges here. This time we're gonna add a little tempo to it. You're gonna lift your hips up off the mat, keeping your back in one straight, stable place for this one. And then lower your hips down. We're gonna do 10 times. Exhale as you lift up, inhale as you lower down. And 3, and down. Lift 4. Drive your feet into the floor. Feel the activation in the back body. And 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Set your hips down. Cross one leg over the other. You're gonna bring your ankle to the top of your knee and just let this bent knee kind of fall out to the side and explore if there's any tightness in the back of that hip. If this feels super, super easy for you, go ahead and lift the bottom foot off the floor and grab behind that thigh, pulling your legs towards your body a little bit more. This will deepen the stretch and intensify it. If you felt it before we moved into this more advanced stretch, then I would recommend you stay there. Really don't need to pull hard on these muscles. Just want to move to the point where you feel that stretching sensation and then hold it there. It's more about low load, long duration stretching. So you don't need to push it hard and fast, and that can result in inflammation, which we're trying to avoid here. We want to be kind to our body. Last deep breath in this position. And then you're going to set that foot down. We'll switch to the other side. So put that foot down, cross the other leg over. So first start here and just see how it feels. If you feel a stretch in the back of this hip, stay here and breathe and just enjoy it. If you don't, lift that bottom foot up, grab behind your thighs, pull it in towards your body, and feel a nice stretch here. If you don't feel it here, I don't know what to tell you. You're hypermobile and you don't need stretching. Keep doing the bridging then. Breathing in and out. 2 more nice relaxation breaths. And with every exhalation, try to let a little more tension go. Very good. Put that foot down, uncross your legs. Coming on up into sitting, we're gonna sit up nice and tall on your sits bones. So a common mistake in this position is that people tend to sit back here. I'm exaggerating. It may be just a teeny tilt like that, but I want to show you the direction. People tend to sit on their tailbone. So I want you to get up off of that tailbone, get onto your sits bones. Think about sticking your tailbone out like a tail and get up on those sits bones so we get a nice stretch down the hamstrings. If this is too intense on the hamstrings, just bend your knees a little bit. And I'd rather have you sitting up on your sits bones with bent knees. You could even put that towel roll underneath your knees and kind of relax it in this position. Play with it. See how you can get yourself in a comfortable straight leg sitting position. So that feels nice. Maybe this is where you need to be. We're moving into twist. So if you can sit with your legs straight, I would prefer that. Arms straight out in front. Pelvis is, we already talked about that. We're nice and stable here. Rib cage is over our pelvis. So if you tend to kind of lean your rib cage forward like I do, this is a good time to remind yourself to shift it back. You'll feel your abs turn on immediately when you move into this alignment. Arms are straight out to the side. You're going to exhale as you twist and pulse 2 times. 1, 2, twist back to center, other side. Pulse 2, back to center. And exhale as you twist. Wring all that air out of your lungs. Inhale as you return to center. 1 more each side. And very good. Arms come straight out to the front here. We're hinging, so nice straight back. You're leaning back, so if you don't need this, you don't need to be there. Arms are straight, back is straight, and legs are bent if you need to. Leaning back and coming back forward. Exhale as you lean. Inhale to return. isolating our rectus abdominis here. That's the six-pack muscle. So here we go. 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one. Very good. Sitting facing me, cross your legs or put them however you feel comfortable. You don't have to be in that same straight leg position. Grab your weights, quick arm isolation. Arms are out to the side. We're gonna lift our arms out to the side for a little deltoid isolation. And lift 2 and down. Lift 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold it. Pulsing, 3 inches up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your arms so palms are up. Bicep curls, curl it in. 1, straighten it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Drop your elbows. Last exercise, reach. 1 and 2. Then you did it. You could say you moved your spine in every direction. You activated every major muscle group. We worked on mobility, stability. You can check all those boxes for the whole day. And 10. Great job, everybody. Thank you for participating, and feel free to revisit this workout a few more times this week. Bye now.